Hi everyone and welcome to this demonstration video. I'm Maria from AWS and today we will show you how to connect your electrical systems in buildings, factories and plants to AWS. It's about translating your data into business value quickly, securely and at scale. If you are looking for one of the three objectives, one, connecting your existing electrical systems in minutes instead of weeks, two, intelligent decision making for energy optimization and CO2 emissions, and three, benchmarking your multiple sites, then stay here to learn more. Three companies, AWS, ABB, and Eurotech, work together to create this solution. So I'm very happy to be accompanied here today with Marco, the CTO of Eurotech, and Luca, the digital ecosystem manager at ABB. Luca, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria. Right, the world is going digital, urban, and electric. People living in cities are growing at a fast pace, up to 6 billion by 2040. And the shift to electricity in the energy consumption mix is also growing to more than 30% by 2040. And the world is forging ahead to create a low carbon future. These are all mega trends that are shaping the future of electrification. And as ABB, we aim to electrify the world in a safe, smart, and sustainable way. As well, all the other businesses need to have a digital strategy on electrical system. Why? That's because electricity is everywhere. Think about power networks or the green project like solar, wind, hydroelectric generation plant, or the most critical application like process industries, data centers, hospitals, or any other industry and manufacturing plant, or again in all buildings and our cities, or in one of the most growing markets, the e-mobility. Electrical systems are everywhere, and they're made of common components, power sources, transformers, switchgears, and UPS that all together are used to control and protect the network and the loads like EV chargers, HVAC system, motors, pumps, lighting, and so forth. All the relevant data is there, just a matter of connecting and providing powerful insights. So the perfect recipe contains digitalized electrical equipment providing real-time data from sensors, secure connectivity and data properly managed in the digital twins, to enable then artificial intelligence, which can really let industry taking real-time decision, resulting in better products, agile services, quicker time to market, and so forth. But where to start? At the end, it's all about data. Data is everywhere, but difficult to leverage to create actionable insights. First, you need to collect data, applying the proper communication modules to digital devices or to digitalize existing devices, adding, where required, reliable sensors. Second, it's important to model data in the so-called digital twin of the physical system. It's about knowing which data is relevant, scaling and cleaning, and finally put together to digitally represent the monitored system. And last but not least, data need to be transferred securely for elaboration. You need to guarantee reliable remote connection, secure provisioning, and encrypted transmission, and so forth. It can be a long and complex journey, which requires OT, operation technology expertise, the industrial domain, and IT, information technology knowledge about connectivity, security, and cloud technology. So, without further ado, let me leave the stage to Marco.
Thanks for the introduction, Luca. It's a great pleasure to be here today. As we discussed how to apply digital transformation into a brownfield environment, we can summarize three big challenges. The first one is field integration, as data needs to be extracted from existing IoT silos in order to create a reliable digital twin and capitalize the business value. The second one is cybersecurity. According to the latest McKinsey IoT report, 75% of the respondents identified cybersecurity as the top concern as the number one barrier of adoptions for IoT. Last but not least is scale. According to Beecham Research, 60% of the IoT proof of concepts do not graduate to mass production because of scalability challenges, as deploying few tens of devices is very different than deploying tens of thousands of them. To answer those challenges, the Universal Gateway by Eurotech provides a plug-and-play experience to system integrator, bridging, for example, ABB system and devices to the IoT cloud offered by AWS in a simple and secure manner. Let's see how this works by walking through this edge stack. Starting at the bottom, we have the field devices, for example, the ABB digital power meters. We now add an IoT gateway to enable them with cloud connectivity. The IoT gateway is an enterprise-grade edge node that provides the reliability required by industrial use cases. It provides rich I/O options for southbound connectivity towards the field, and its cellular-based northbound connectivity is pre-certified for worldwide deployment. The gateway is part of a scalable portfolio of edge computers provided by Eurotech for different market verticals and with a broad set of computing power and connectivity options, thus fitting different application needs. To simplify their use, Eurotech integrates its IoT Edge framework, ESF, which stands for Everywhere Software Framework, in all its gateways. With ESF, you do not need to write complex embedded software to integrate field devices to the cloud. ESF has 30 plus field protocol libraries built in, so you can set up digital twins through a simple visual interface. In this use case, we even pre-installed the ABB device data model so that you don't have to spend time reading device manual, coding, or testing. It's all there for you, ready for use. ESF also integrates a no-code visual data flow programming environment to create edge data pipeline and ensure seamless connections and connectivity to cloud service. In particular, ESF is a certified software stack with AWS IoT Core. Finally, Eurotech designed its IoT gateways in order to comply with the latest state-of-the-art cybersecurity standards. In particular, the Universal Gateway by Eurotech has been certified according to the demanding IEC 62443-4-2. IEC 62443 dictates the process and procedures to develop a secure product and mandates security measures like secure boot, secure device identity, secure management of the devices across their lifecycle. In fact, when combining ESF with Everywhere Cloud, Eurotech's Edge management platform, the Edge node can be securely monitored and managed, including device provisioning, over-the-air updates, management of the device security certificates, and even offering on-demand remote access. A combination of these features is absolutely necessary to provide a solid foundation to scale an IoT deployment to mass production. And now I'll hand it back to Luca to show how these components are leveraged in the context of the ABB building use case demonstration. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Marco. Let's see how this solution properly set together can help any business to exploit the real value behind digitalization. This demo is about a project aimed to drive the sustainability program of an office building with the aid of ABB Digital Electrical Equipment, Eurotech Universal Gateway Solution, and AWS services. The sustainability program has four main targets: track renewable energy and energy mix, monitor CO2 emission savings, speed up e-mobility adoption, and last but not least, benchmarking the facility KPIs with other commercial buildings. For all these targets, it's key to retrieve relevant data from the electrical system of the building, from utility power demand to solar power generation, from HVAC loads to all other main loads like EV chargers and so on. The first step is to assess the electrical system, identifying relevant devices, looking for instance at main power centers, switchgear, and main loads. The devices can be grouped in native digital devices like ABB Emax2 and T-Max-XT with metering communication capabilities, and other devices where it is required an upgrade with digital kits like ABB EquipUp with plug-in sensor or with any additional device or sensor. Once a relevant device has been digitally enabled, then it's quite easy to connect the Eurotech Universal Gateway using standard protocols like Modbus, and therefore enable a secure connection to AWS Cloud. The first configuration step is to connect locally to the web page of the Eurotech Universal Gateway with the browser. Here a device configuration page lets possible to set and enable all the connected devices. And with ABB devices, it's very easy. The Eurotech Universal Gateway contains already a library of ABB digital devices data models. Therefore, it's a matter of few minutes to enable all the connected devices, setting the communication protocol details like the IP addresses and the ports. Clicking Save, then the Eurotech ESF software inside the gateway processes the configuration and starts to pull data from the devices. So no need of long engineering and testing session. Then the second step is the provisioning of the gateway. The demo features an automatic 4-step provisioning process which is coordinating the security and communication aspects between gateway and cloud. Using state-of-the-art software components, the creation of things, certificates, and policies, the secure use of keys and credentials on AWS, and the remote gateway provisioning with Eurotech Everywhere Cloud makes the process smooth and easy. Now that devices are securely connected, let's jump to the web application and let's start from data quality, which is key for any analysis. The Connectivity tab shows the connected devices, their status, and the last update time. Any communication problem will be immediately visible remotely. The benefit of having data already properly modeled for each equipment makes it easy to represent the so-called digital twin. Here the example with the single line diagram with breaker statuses now all closed and the real-time power flow of incomers and feeders. Or it's also quite easy to create an augmented reality solution, like a visual representation of the equipment, in this case a switchgear, and the real-time data. Since data is there and properly mapped to assets, it's possible to focus on the main part of the application, the dashboard collecting relevant KPIs. With Amazon Athena real-time dashboard, it's very easy to put together data and KPI, like real-time power demand, solar production, CO2 emission and savings, energy cost, and consumption by occupants, as well as e-mobility usage. Moreover, user can benefit of Amazon Forecast Engine to get prediction on CO2 emissions and the energy consumption. User can deep dive into devices when required, selecting meter, device and sensors and the corresponding data, analyzing therefore trends. Last but not least, the user can also compare the building with other kind of sites with main KPIs. In this case, the CO2 emission and the energy consumption mix. The technology used in this project allows an easy maintenance and future-proof scalability. In particular, using Eurotech Everywhere Cloud, all the aspects about security updates, patches, and feature updates can be remotely managed, as well as deeply check on functionality. Moreover, in few clicks, it's also possible to open a secure VPN channel with the selected gateway to do any kind of remote service. The current project is already moving further. To gain more granularity on the analysis, it has been planned to connect more devices and sensors. Universal Gateway brings several communication protocols to connect ABB devices as well as any other device with several communication protocols and with custom data models and logics. And now back to Maria.
So thank you, Luca. Right. So the end user can set up the connection between the gateway and ABB equipment and then ingest the data into AWS cloud within minutes. But what is happening then? The data coming from edge devices is first being augmented with other data sources like ThinkShadow or other metadata like weather. Then it is stored in the key value pair database DynamoDB. In parallel, the data is ingested in the S3 data lake for data analytics and the time series database Amazon TimeStream for real-time dashboarding. AWS Glue automatically take care of data transformation and further data enrichment. So users and other applications can then query the data through Amazon Athena in an SQL-like syntax. Amazon Forecast creates the predictions about the future trends for energy transition and CO2 emissions using machine learning. With this serverless architecture, you don't need to worry about scalability, availability, and security. You connect ABB devices to the AWS cloud within minutes and focus on using the data to create business value. In this demonstration project, we reduced the implementation time by 50% from 10 to 5 weeks. Equipment data models are already pre-tested and ready to plug in. You also save engineering time to create the connectivity due to gateway pre-configurations made. As a result, you can focus on building value-added applications, taking data-driven decisions, and driving your business goals on energy efficiency and sustainability. This collaborative approach of three companies creates a value for you. ABB with a set of digitally enabled equipment, Eurotech with a family of industry-certified gateways to provide a one-stop shop for IoT Edge, and AWS providing the cloud services to develop, deploy, and scale applications. To learn more, visit the respective homepages and contact us directly. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.